Let me introduce you to the panel for the evening. Professor Monojit Mondal, political analyst and TMC supporter, and BJP spokesperson RP Singh joining us on the broadcast. Gentlemen, thank you for speaking to us on India Today, and we are discussing a rather unfortunate incident that's taken place in a city which indeed loves football from the bottom of its heart. And Professor Mondal, I'll take my first question from you at this given point. My first point would be, when the entire incident happened, yes, organizers are to be interrogated, yes, organizers are to be questioned, the blame definitely falls on the lapses. But the first response that came in from the TMC, even before the Chief Minister had spoken out, was not an apology as to what happened. It was already a political blame game that we saw started playing out, instead of some sort of an acknowledgement coming in and also some sort of an onus being taken by the party spokesperson. And this is Kunal Ghosh that I'm referring to.
I don't think anyone's word should be taken seriously when Madam Mamata Banerjee speaks. I think she spoke her mind out. She could not reach the spot to sort of witness or to meet Mr. Messi. So I don't think I'll go by any other words but the word of Ms. Banerjee. But having said that, I mean, you can't blame the city or even the government. You were talking about the long list since 1996. We all witnessed what happened in 1996. This is because of the dismal performance after Sachin's run out. But I would have loved to see in the list what happened 3 months back in Bangalore, when I think how many people were killed, nobody knows. There was also a sports event. At least in Kolkata, that things that have never happened. And this is many people at the end of the day, you have to think about the frenzy and in terms of the fans, what they are behaving. They should also know how to behave. Despite the fact that the chief minister has apologized to the fans, to Mr. Messi, but all the events that you narrated, where I think over enthusiasts or the frenzy of the spectators are the principal reason. Here, the organizers should have become more cautious. They should have taken much precautionary measures, and that's the simple reason that I think the principal organizers, Mr. Dotto, or I don't know what is his name, he was arrested. And that is the accountability on the part of the government. The government can do best by fixing accountability. That's what the government is doing. Unlike in other states, where I think few days ago, 24 people were killed in a Goa fire. Nothing happened. The organizers still, I think the hotel owners are at large.
Mr. Mondal, I understand what you're saying here. I understand what you're saying here, but the references you're making are of a little bit of a different incident here. One is of a stampede, one is a completely different incident that you're referencing here. We are speaking of a personality who's been welcomed in the city of joy, and with all eyes across the world being set on this very city. And that is where we see such a lapse.
Fans, there are videos where the people are running up. Please check the videos. Who are these people with saffron flags? The people are saying that there are some deliberate attempts to create this mayhem. So I think everything is under investigation. The ADG Law and Order has taken charge of the situation. Chief Minister has constituted an inquiry committee.
So the inquiry to happen, and then blame the government. From the very beginning, Mr. Sukanta Majumdar has come out and saying that this is a government who can't organize any event, and this is the government where law and order is completely falling out. They have started the politics, and the TMC has got every right to defend by saying that this has got nothing to do with the government or the TMC as a party.
We understand the government stance here, that yes, a probe has been launched, but then your party has been coming out to say this, and you yourself are mentioning this, that there was a certain kind of flag that was spotted. What is the party trying to insinuate with that? I would want you to elaborate a little more, and then I'll take up that question with Mr. Singh.
The people that I'm talking about, who are these people? I'm not insinuating anything. Who are these people? Did they come to the field? Did they jump onto the field deliberately to create the mayhem? That has to be inquired into. Everything is under camera. Everything can be seen what happened. I think the police is trying to, I mean, draw the line. Police is trying to jot down all those sequence of events, and then only we can think about what has happened. But nonetheless, look at the responsibility of the government. The government has taken prompt action. FIR has been lodged. The principal organizers he has been arrested. The government is trying its best to do it. In fact, the apology is also coming out from the highest authority in the state, none other than chief minister. So why lies the question of politicizing the whole issue? And that should be done by BJP. BJP is politicizing. We have got every right to counter, right? That's what we're simply doing. BJP
we understand. We understand your stance. Let me take this. In fact, let me take what you have pointed out itself to Mr. Singh next. Mr. Singh, you know, the TMC has come out to say this, that there are certain flags, saffron flags that could be spotted at the very venue when the entire chaos erupted. Your first response on that before we enter into what exactly went down for this mayhem to be caused at the stadium.
Well, I'm not using a harsh word, but this is all a crap. I mean, you can understand what sort of mindset the TMC and the Mamata Banerjee has. I mean, they are not still taking the onus of the complete incident which happened. Such lawlessness, and then Mamata Banerjee said, I was on the way. What were you on the way to? Way to the chaos? I mean, and they could have learned the lesson of what happened in Karnataka earlier. They could have learned the lesson on what happened in Madonna's visit, during Madonna's visit earlier. But no, I mean, they have nothing to learn from. They have to only find out saffron flag, Hindutva flag, Hindu ideology. I mean, they have to only accuse and blame Hindus and Hindu ideology and Sanatana. That's all they can do. Instead of, I mean, where was the police there? Let me ask a very blunt question. She is the Home Minister. Why was not a police arrangement made? I mean, how could an event like this, an international event like this happening in your state, in the capital of the state, how was the police missing? How was the administration missing? I mean, you can't blame it on the people who has organized the show. You can organize on the event manager of the show, saying that, oh, it was the event management company which was supposed to handle it. No, not at all. They couldn't have done this without the permission, without taking the permission from the local state government.
But Mr. Singh, can we completely say that
for the country?
Can we completely say that the organizers were not at fault at this given point?
How can organizer do something without the consent, even like this, without the consent of the state, without the consent of the police, without the proper conditions being taken, conditions applying on the event manager by the local administration, by the police? How could they do this? I mean, this can't be done in isolation. I mean, it is being done in tandem with the state government. And when Mamata Banerjee was on record saying that I was on the way to the stadium, it means she was aware of the program, she was going to participate in the program. So the program which she is going to participate, and this is the final outcome of the program, this is shame not for Bengal only. I mean, this is shame for the country. I mean, Mamata Banerjee has let down the fans of the football, fans of the people of Bengal, and also the complete community, the community which follows the football worldwide. I mean, what face we will have?
So that is the question you're posing to the TMC.
This is how we organize our programs.
That is the question you're posing to the TMC. Professor Mondal, I'll come to you, and let me just add on to what Mr. Singh has said. The question is posed that is the responsibility just on the organizer? What about the police deployments by the state government? Why not provide support to the organizers? My question to you here is also with regards to a certain VIP culture that we see, because most of the voices today outside the stadium after the entire situation unfolded, they had to say that there was a crowd of people that had completely surrounded the star, which is why they couldn't catch a glimpse. And that's why the entire fury from the people, and that's when they stormed into the ground. That was their main complaint. That's where they feel let down. If we speak of the VIP culture today, there is one question that's been raised by the BJP as well, and that is with regards to the sports minister of Bengal consistently being there with Messi. While we understand that, But yes, there were several such political associates that we could see alongside Messi. The crowd with their own security guards, of course, Messi's own bodyguards as well. So the crowd that was created, it was not with regards to other people, other fans who had completely surrounded this international footballer, this hero that people wanted a glimpse of. It was certain political associates. It was people who enjoy the VIP culture at this given point that we are speaking of, which in fact ended up depriving the people to get a glimpse of Messi at the ground.
I have understood your long question. In fact, that is my answer. Who created this VIP culture? Who had given them personal access?
But it's your
It
own
is the
minister,
organizer.
sir. It is your own minister, sir.
No, madam. It is the organizer who decides. Who will be around that person? It is the sole decision of the organizer. If the organizer doesn't invite, even the minister can't go. That's what precisely I'm saying. Who gave this access, personal access to Mr. Messi? Some journalist, some actor, some sports person from other sport. And who gave this? This is decided by the organizer only, not by the government, not by the politician.
But if your government's representative is attending the event with the very player who's come out to visit, how can you say that the government is not responsible at all?
If the government representative is invited,
They will go because they are also fan of Mr. Messi. So was Miss Mamta Banerjee. Unfortunately, fortunately, she could not go. That's quite. Otherwise, you could have entirely blamed Miss Banerjee if she would have raised the sport and she was around Mr. Messi. What kind of logic is this? This is the politics that we want to counter. And if this is apparently prima facie, it appears that this is the reason that the normal common fans, they could not see Mr. Messi, rather the VIP culture, including, mind you, the journalists. Some of the journalists saying that, oh, I have seen the gods in my life. What kind of nonsense is this? For God's sake, madam, and the sports journalists, Calcutta is not known for Messi only. Calcutta has got bigger history. Much bigger. Calcutta is the land of Tagore, Ramkrishna, Nazrul and Mahatma Gandhi. Calcutta is not known for this kind of mayhem either. Please, for God's sake, do not justify.
We understand what you're trying to say. We're deviating a little from what the entire discussion is, Professor Mondal, but I understand the stance you're putting forward. Mr. Singh, I want a very short response from you on what Professor Mondal has said, because we've completely run out of time. A closing remark.
Simply was one thing to say, when the government sponsors the optics, controls the machinery and commands the police, it can't escape the responsibility of what has happened today. It's all the responsibility of Mamta Banerjee and her government. She is only one person to be blamed for all this chaos which happened and which has let us down in the international community.
Right. R.P. Singh from the BJP and Professor Monojit Mondal from the TMC joining us on the broadcast on India Today, on the special broadcast on this very question that we are addressing today, the messy mess in the city of joy. Who is to be blamed? And that seems to be the question of the very hour. Thank you for tuning in to India Today on this very special broadcast.